Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. It is the weekend. It is mailbag time. To me, these are the most fun videos we do here on the channel because they can go anywhere. You guys ask a bunch of different questions. We're going to jump into some really good ones today. Of course, all done and given to us by our subscribers. First, though, trivia time. You can answer this down below in the comment section for a chance for a shout-out on Monday. In his Eagles debut versus the New York Football Giants, how many touchdowns, receptions, did T.O. record? Okay, this is a while ago. I mean, I think way back to whenever I was a little kid. How many TDs did he catch in the first game he ever played against the New York Giants? As a member of the Eagles, stick around for the answer and give your answers in now for a chance of a shout out on Monday's video. All right, let's go and jump into the first question. I knew this one would come. This one was fresh out of yesterday. So Good Bird says, hashtag Eagles, thoughts on the new logo? It's not great. Now, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst logo of all time. I think that there's some other ones in the National Football League that aren't as good, but we'll throw it up on your screen right now. Out of the blue, I had no knowledge of this. I had no idea Philadelphia was even going to change their logo. It's not the logo, it's the font for the actual Eagles, right? Which, again, the original one was fine. I like the original one. The original one's actually on the front of my Devontae Smith jersey. It's probably on the front of your jersey as well. Are they going to change that? I have no idea on that standpoint, but it's just kind of boring. Like, it looks like they just kind of went to Microsoft Word and clicked through the fonts and found one that wasn't too crazy and just kind of said, you know, all right, let's go with that. Like, I don't know. There was no need for this. There's no need for a rebranding. And rebrandings always have issues because, again, all the gear that you own and all the gear that I own now doesn't have the up-to-date branding. And so I guess it helps them because then we buy new stuff. But overall, it's just a little too boring for me. And it just doesn't understand. It didn't make sense when we needed to change it. Philadelphia, I think, has one of the most iconic logos, iconic helmets, and iconic jersey colors in the National Football League. And you can argue that and debate that. You know, Thomas, you're an Eagle fan, so you would say that. But I think that it's one of the better overall team colors, team designs, and team mascots that exist in the National Football League. And so there's no real need to change that. It's like Dallas. I mean, we all hate the Dallas Cowboys, but the Cowboy stuff is all iconic. There's zero need to go ahead and change the Cowboy logo. Like, there's just... That's the Dallas Cowboys. Don't change it. The same goes for the Philadelphia Eagles. It doesn't make any sense. You know, Pittsburgh, why would you change Pittsburgh's logo? I think Denver, why would you change Denver's logo? Seattle, you know, they had a rebranding a couple of years ago. The new rebranding looks pretty good. I just don't see a need to change just the Eagles font into something a lot more boring. So, I don't know. I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing in the entire world. I prefer the old logo. The old logo, again, is on my brand new Devontae Smith jersey hanging up behind you. I should have worn it on today's video. Either way, it's just, not that great. Give me your grade. What do you think? Grade the new logo. A, B, C, D, or F? C+ is my grade for this one. I want to see what you guys think. Twitter hated it, so I'm curious if the people on Twitter are just the only ones who hated it, or if people on YouTube will hate it as well. We'll read the comments and see your guys' thoughts. Nonstop Football says, hashtag Eagles, if we added someone like Jessie Bates to lock up the safety position and fill in basically our last roster gap, I think we are a top 5 team in the National Football League. Oh, that's tough to say. And again, it all depends on Jalen Hurts, honestly. The roster is absolutely stacked. I've said that. Top 5, though, in the entire league right now, it's hard to go ahead and, I think, get behind. Not because I don't think that they can be, but look at the rest of the league, right? So I'm going to use NFL.com's recent power rankings as of late May. Here's where they went for the top 10 teams. Bills 1, Rams 2, Bucks 3, Bengals 4, and 49ers 5. Look at this list right now of the first 5. We're not better than the Bills. We're not better than the Rams, at least just yet. You can make an argument for Bucks, Bengals, and 49ers, but it's a tough argument because all 4 of those football teams, or at least say all 3 of those football teams, minus the 49ers, for sure have a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Now, again, Hurts pops this year. That conversation changes, but if you were asked, would you rather have Tom Brady or Joe Burrow versus Jalen Hurts, we'd both take Brady, and for sure would take Joe Burrow. So, top 5, probably not. Now, 6 is the Packers, 7 is the Chiefs, 8 is the Broncos, 9 is the Chargers, and 10 is the Raiders. So let's go through this again. Look at this list. Are the Eagles on paper better than the Packers? Well, I think roster-wise, yes, but then you go Aaron Rodgers versus Jalen Hurts, take your pick. I think the Chiefs are a better football team overall, and you got Patrick Mahomes, and so there's not a debate there. The Broncos, to me, are absolutely stacked with Russell Wilson. There's an argument there, again, but would you rather have Wilson or rather have Jalen Hurts, right? That's kind of the issue here. If Hurts progresses, which is the whole big goal, then 100% they're a top 5 team in the league, and they'll probably be there by the end of the season. But right now, it's hard to rank them as a top 5 team. I think the Chargers are absolutely loaded. I would take that roster I don't know if the roster, but you got Herbert, right? It's tough. Raiders, I think, are not as good as Philadelphia. I'd put the Raiders, or Philadelphia ahead of the Raiders right now. And I look at Devontae Adams and Derek Carr and Hunter Renfrow, but I would take Philadelphia over at the Raiders. NFL.com had Philly at 15. They were behind teams like Baltimore, teams like Dallas. That to me made absolutely no sense. Here's what I've said, right? I don't think it matters where you rank the Eagles right now. I would still put them inside the top 5 of the NFC. I think if we're going NFC only, they're for sure top 5. I think they're top 10 in the National Football League because, again, the roster is absolutely loaded. But if Hurts is mediocre or he struggles, then it won't be a top 10 football team. You are a top 10 football team because of the quarterback that you have. Now, you can be, a great roster and have a mediocre quarterback and still win football games. That still is possible. But if we're talking top 5 in the National Football League, Hurts has got to elevate that next level up. I think he will. I've always said that he's going to progress, and he will progress this year. And so we'll come back to this, and I'll tell you when I think they're officially a top 5 team. But right now, maybe not top 5 in the entire league because the AFC is loaded. Top 5, though, for sure in the NFC. Rank the Eagles among other NFL teams. Where do you guys rank them? Among the rest of the National Football League, where do you rank the Philadelphia Eagles? Let me know down below in the comments section. And if you're one of the people who thinks Philadelphia is a top 10 team in the league, like myself, subscribe to show that you are on the bandwagon regarding Philadelphia's massive chance of a monster year in 2022. Hit that sub button, and of course, you guys want to be a part of next week's mailbag video, be a subscriber, and then comment below on this one using the hashtag Eagles. A lot of these questions were pulled from last week's mailbag video on Saturday. Okay, Tim G says, any scenario where the Eagles go as far as a team, but Hurts plays poorly? Yeah, I just said that. You can still win football games if Hurts is mediocre. It's just not going to be 13 or 12. It'll be more like 9 or 10. This team can win 9 games with a bad quarterback. Their roster is still that stacked. Don't think just because I said they're a top 5 team in the league right now that the roster isn't good. The roster is ready to rock. You put Aaron Rodgers on this roster, it's the #1 roster in the National Football League. You put Patrick Mahomes, you put Josh Allen. I would take this roster over the Bills roster if you had both the same exact quarterbacks, right? But if Hurts plays mediocre, you still are able to win football games. You won 9 last year with him playing, decent at times and rough at other times. So it still can go very, very far. But I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl without a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. And you go back to 2017, and let's just be real here. Nick Foles played like a superstar from the final game of the year, really. Not the Raider game. The Giant game before that, he played great. But each playoff game, he progressively got better and then outplayed Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So the Eagles had a Super Bowl caliber effort from a quarterback that allowed them to win. If you don't have that consistently, then you can't win a Super Bowl. That's just my 2 thoughts. Okay, AJ Brown jerseys are still out there. Chatsports.com/AJ Brown is the link that you need to pick up your official, and I mean official Nike AJ Brown jersey. Link down below in the description box and also on your screen right now. Plenty of gear available at that link, and obviously the jerseys are the main focus here. Green, white, black, any color that you want to go ahead and rep your Eagles with. Pick up your jersey now. That way you don't have to wait, for the delays and backups that'll happen when the season starts, because then everybody buys a jersey to get ready for week 1. Link down below, though. Okay, Michael Flowers says, who do you think will be the standout of the linebacker group? We obviously got a few new additions there. I'm excited to see the group work. I am too. And we talk about the O-line, talk about the D-line, talk about the wide receivers, talk about the cornerbacks. There are so many position groups that are stacked right now, but the linebacker group has not been stacked for a very, very long time. This is the best linebacker group we've seen in almost my entire lifetime. You go back to the Axeman and Jeremiah Trotter was the last time they were actually really good at linebacker. There was a little, DeMarco Murray time when they weren't bad, but truly, this is the best linebacker core that we have had. And honestly, I was watching the Super Bowl highlights two days ago. We forgot how good Nigel Bradham was. He was really, really good and underrated as a bird linebacker along with Michael Kendricks. But this group right here is really great. I'm pumped to see Davion Taylor. I think Davion Taylor is about to pop here in 2022. He's got competition. He's got a battle for it, but when he was on the football field late last year before his injury, he was playing some really, really good ball, and I'm really excited to see what he does going into year 3. I'm obviously excited for Nakobe Dean. I just think he's going to not be plug-and-play ready week 1. I think Edwards is the starter. I think that Nakobe Dean will get on the football field. He'll at least have some plays in there, but I think Edwards will be the starter for the majority of the year until Dean is up to speed. I know he played at Georgia, but I think he's going to struggle a little bit or just be a little bit slower in terms of, becoming the best linebacker ever that Eagles have ever had. Not week 1, maybe by the end of the year. He's a rookie. He's young, right? Don't freak out if he's a little bit slow in terms of getting started. Who is the best linebacker on this team? Right now, who do you think? This is tough, because I think they're T.J. Edwards, you got Kazir White, you have obviously Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley, Nakobe Dean. Who's the best linebacker on this team? Let me know down below. All right, we're at 10 minutes. We'll do a bonus one, though, here. Hunting Gecko says, what do you think it would take this year for Sanders to get a new contract? You know, I got some thoughts on this. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Sanders and his expectations for next season. First, though, the answer to the trivia question, as we mentioned, Terrell Owens in his debut as an Eagle against the New York Giants. How many touchdowns did he record? The answer, 3. Remember that game? I vaguely do. I was so young. You know, I'm only 26 years old, so I was not that old whenever T.O. was an Eagle. One of my first jerseys was a T.O. jersey, a green one I got on a trip to Atlanta. We went to the World of Coke factory. I don't remember why we were in Atlanta, but I got one there. It was like outside the World of Coke factory. They had Vic jerseys and T.O. jerseys, and I got a T.O. jersey. Either way, there's your trivia question answer. If you got it right, you have a chance for a shout-out from the comment section on Monday's video. So Sanders, in terms of what he has to do, he has to be healthy. Now, we can talk about stats. You could say, oh, he needs 1,000 yards rushing. Oh, he needs rushing touchdowns. You know, none of those last year. 8, 9, whatever. I just think he needs to be healthy because if he's healthy, if he's on the football field the entire 17 games plus the playoffs, he's going to be a 1,000-yard rusher. There's no way he won't. This offensive line is too good. This is the #1 run offense in the entire National Football League. It's not going to get much worse. At worst, it'll be top 5 in the National Football League. And so if he's healthy, he is going to absolutely ball out. And I mean, even the stats last year, 800 yards rushing when he wasn't that healthy. It's the TDs that people always want to focus on because he didn't score a rushing touchdown last year. But I'm expecting big things. I'm hoping for big things, but he's got to be healthy. If he's not, there's no way he gets a new contract next season. Okay, ultimately today on our Philadelphia Eagles mailbag video, of course, hashtag Eagles in the comment section to be a part of next week's mailbag video. Gotta be a subscriber as well. As always, follow my Twitter account at RealThomasMott for all the latest and greatest Eagles stuff there as well. For producer Trace on the weekend, Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend today.